What skills do I need to improve as an educational YouTube content creator? So a quick introduction. I am Eskil Axe and I help male educational YouTube content creators to grow and scale their education businesses. Right? So, while I'm on this journey myself, I document the lessons I learned and I put them all into zero edit educational format because it's likely that you don't want quick top edits out of nowhere, just explosions on the screen. You want these educational videos, and when you put your time and attention on my videos, I'm gonna make sure you get some value from them. So, I'm on my own journey, and that's one reason I recommend you listening to me. Furthermore, I've also been on this YouTube game for about 2 years, and 6+ months, and it's more like 10+ months of educational content, but I did take a break, so 6-7 months of really grind. And yeah, some discoveries popped up on the way, and there were 4 skills that stood above the rest, and those are the ones I will cover today. The ones that will do the highest leverage as an educational YouTube content creator, in my opinion. So if you give me a chance, I will try to educate you as best as possible. So these 4 things will be covered today. So doing the work skill volume. So speaking skills, second. 3, scripting skills. 4, leverage education into your niche. Quick plug, if you're interested in one-to-one coaching, handcrafted courses, the community of people, you can give feedback to me. I will be there helping you literally as much as I can. This is a high ticket, right? So I do everything I can to get customer result. If you say my course is bad, I will re-record it. If you say I missed something or something you want, then I will incorporate it and all that stuff. Because that is literally my mission, right? I'm trying to get customer results. This is why I'm doing all this. And if you're interested and want to know more about it, then check the top link description right now to watch the welcome video. And the promise with this video, however, is that I will cover the skills that will help you stand above the rest of your competition, I guess. Get headroom against them. Some of these might be pretty obvious, but they're like undefined terms, or they're like terms you really don't know what to do about. You're like, hey, speaking skills, these skills, but I will tell you how to actually improve them so they can actually help you. Because it might be sexy saying, oh, look, I am doing speaking skills, look, I'm charismatic, I'm this and this and that. I'm defining the terms so it can actually help, because it doesn't matter how sexy your vocabulary is. If you can't do anything, then it won't help you. So I will try to explain so even an idiot can understand, even me, which is the biggest idiot on YouTube. I'm getting better, but I'm still pretty bad, so I'm, try every day to improve more. So the first thing we'll cover today is doing the work skill volume. So doing the work skill is the skill that most people lack. You've probably heard about this online, that 6 to 8 hour days is necessary for growth, and I would say it's a yeah. There are people, they're like hustle culture, guys. It's hustle culture, it's hustle culture. The thing is that you're trying to grow a business, aren't you? Like, what is the goal? What are you doing? What are you spending all your time on? Is it to, oh, look, it's fun? Well, if you want to spend time on something that's fun, and I honestly think this is pretty fun. I'd rather do this some coding. No disrespect to coding, guys, but I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't want to spend my time on it. But something I would want to spend my time on is what I'm doing now. Oh, my camera is... Okay, so it will be a hard journey, and 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day won't cut it. 4-hour work week won't cut it. You need to work for it. It's like in the gym. Sure, you can go to the gym 2 times a week or once a week and do some, 1 set of each exercise. Or maybe you do, I don't know, you do 1 exercise. You do 4 sets of bicep curls, 4 sets of tricep extension. You do, 4 sets of every muscle group once a week, full body workout. But honestly, it's like a maintaining muscle workout. You can still maintain the muscle that way, and especially if you eat a lot of protein, you sleep well and all this stuff. Then you can probably do that. You probably won't lose much muscle that way. But to grow muscle, to grow your bicep, to grow your tricep, you need to work out many times. You need to maybe even work out. Maybe you only work out 2 to 3 days a week, or maybe even less than that. Every 3 days, because it really pushing it in the gym. You do your hypertrophy. You do literally 12 sets of bicep, tricep, and you do a lot of volume, or even more, like 20 sets. You literally an hour, you literally have chest day, and you do 20-30 sets of chest if you're crazy, right? That will take a lot of time to recover, yes, but it literally, when you're trying to grow something, you need to put in a fuck ton. You have the input and output equation. What are you trying to do? You're trying to grow your business, and how do I grow my business? You try to get as much sales as possible, because sales get you money, right? How do I do that? Customer results. People prefer other people. They're more likely to buy again because your stuff is good. And how do they find about your stuff? You market a fuck ton. So you market a fuck ton, make a good product, that's how you make money, essentially. So, you do that. For hours a day. You're trying to grow a business. You market the fuck out of it. You make this so fucking good that people will ask, where the fuck is your sales link? I want to give you all my money I have. Take my money. That's what you want them to say. So you need to make a good product and make good advertising. The better your content are, the higher perceived value for stuff are. And if that's also, combining pricing, all those hacks, and I will cover them in other videos as well, because I have hundreds of videos on literally everything, or I will have, because I will keep making these videos, right? But you are here. You have your sword in hand. The only asset you have, this guy has his armor and sword. What you have is your battery and your time. You have 16 hours per day, because if you sacrifice sleep, then you won't have any battery, and then nothing will happen. You have a battery, and everything will drain that battery. And when it's refreshed, when you wake up, that's when you're charged. That's when you're fully charged. And when you're fully charged, 100% of your battery to 70% of your battery is more worthwhile than the last 30% of the battery. Essentially, what that means is the first hours of the day will be the most productive no matter what. So you have 16 hours a day, and you only have 10 hours of working hard. Then, if you're smart, you use those 10 hours when you wake up to evening, and then you take your dinner, then you do your exercise, then you do your reading when you can't work any longer. Right? You be crazy optimization. Literally every single day, work 8 to 10 hours a day. If you have work, then you wake up 5 hours before work. You wake up 3 a.m. before 9 to 5 work or whatever, to get those hours in, because when you wake up, you're most able to do it. Sure, it might take a while to shift the routine, but if you get 4 hours in the morning, that will pay for itself in one day. Because one day of 4-hour morning work is worth more than 7 days of 2 to 3 hours of evening work. 1 hour between, like, let's say 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. is worth more than 3 hours at the evening. That's just how it works. So my 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. is like the gold of my productivity. So there will be days where you're tired. There will be days where you don't feel like it. There will be many hard days. But when you wake up, you do when your battery is 100%, you do no matter what the thing that is most leverage. Important. What is important for your business? Getting more sales. It's improving your product or making more content, better content. So when you wake up, you script record video. When you wake up, you improve your product in some way. You do the damn checklist that you procrastinated doing. You do the last course module that you wanted to wait or whatever. You do that stuff. You show up when you wake up. You get through the hard cravings to do something else and do just that one thing, because you know that everything that is not that is not your goal and it's not productive. Everything that is not getting more sales or getting money right now is not productive. You need to be extreme at this. Success, if you want extreme success, you need extreme commitment. You're there trying to moderate. It's like the guy trying to moderate the gym. You won't get a bigger bicep by going once a week. No, you need to go crazy at it. You need to be extreme. Growth can only happen when you're extreme. It is something I really, really believe in, because everything in my life has applied to this. You know, I got some gains myself. You know, I've been in the gym. I'm honestly, I've been in business for the last months. But you know, when I was going all out on it, I did 2 workshops a day or daily workout, eating a lot of bulking meals. And that's when things started happening. When I went insane, that's when things started growing. Same with this business. When I make these daily uploads, super niche videos, that's when things happen. And it is, yeah, it might be much easier said than done. 8 hours a day. Because in the beginning you might struggle with 1. 1 hour might be enough, hard enough for some. While 8 might be hard for some. And let me tell you, I've been there way too many times. I've been there many times. I've been on both stages. When I relapse, reset to go back to... I train my rustiness. It takes 2 to 3 days before I can get back to 8 hours of work. But I have achieved 8 hours of work before, so I know deep down I can get back again. So when I fall off the wagon, I know I can do it. I have done it before. I can definitely do it. Nothing has changed now. I can do it. Nothing has changed. I can do it. I had once achieved milestone of 8 hours, so I can get there again. You need to create evidence that you're worthy. You need to create evidence that you're able to do it. You need to work on this. This is a skill, by the way. This is the thing. It's a skill. Working hard is a skill. So you can't expect you to sit 8 hours of work, because you will be relapse. You will be there like you have done 3 hours of work. You'll be like, oh, maybe I should try something else. It is a skill. It is. It takes a while to get up there. Faster for me because I've done it many times, and I have my hacks that worked for me very well. Doing the work is a hard process. It is a hard process. You will expect things. You're used to instant gratification, you're used to your fiction book, you're used to your show. Things happen, it peaks after some episode or whatever. The thing with business is, it takes a while. It's not a day, and then everything changes. No, it's not a day. Our problem is our brain expects rewards right away. But the thing is, it takes months. 1 month building the product as an example. 1 month of daily videos until someone signs up. And generally 3 to 6 months first sale if you're doing the right thing. Sometimes even 6 to 12 months. I've been 24 months, but I have had a very bad strategy as well. 24 months and more like 16, but you know, over a year at least. Results isn't linear. It's not linear. There will be, as I said, many hard days where nothing changes, nothing happens. And then eventually, after like 3-4 months, it's just it's like a J curve. Woof. And then if you keep going at it, it won't go down. So it's like a J curve. It's like Zeus. Zeus. It's always like that. It's always after a year or 2 years. It's like they're this big challenge, right? They have, let's say they have 2 million subscribers. 90% of the viewers came the last months. So the first months, 2, 3, 4 months, it will be slow as hell. And then eventually blows up. There are a lot of work on yourself, on videos, on product. But then at some point it will J-curve up. Results are not linear, that's the thing, because honestly most things are actually linear, right? You have, let's say, levels up. Like, but it's less, it's like the opposite. Less XP to level 1 to 2, level 3 to 4. Level 1 is as difficult as level 100. You know what I mean? It's like level 1, the first step, very difficult. Level 2, a bit easier. Level 3, a bit easier. Then it will be really easy. That's why it's easy for people who make 5 million to go to 15 million to 20 million. But $0 to 1K, that's the hardest step. First dollar, first sale, hardest. Results isn't linear at all. It is hard, it is not linear, it will take a while before you see results. This is the concept of essentialism, this is what I use. You have business there. Let's say you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Fitness, improve my relationship with family, whatever you want there. Improve your relationship with your family, do fitness, diet, I don't know, relationships, friendships, I don't know. Whatever you have there, maybe yoga now. Oh, I'm gonna try different things. You have 6 different things. Your brain have 6 different things to contend with every day. You have 16 hours a day, you only have 6 to 8 hours where you're actually good at something. So you spend 4 hours of fitness, you spend 4 hours of, I don't know, texting, relationship, 4 hours of, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing all these different things. Maybe you have 2 different businesses, 3 different businesses, like what the fuck? Oh, one of them gonna work. Yeah, always one of them work. It depends how much work you put into them. All of them will work. It takes a lot to grow. It takes a bunch to grow, as I said earlier as well. You need this to grow business. This is not enough. You have 16 hours, you have a limited amount of time and energy per day. And to grow. So this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times more pros. No, it's more like 20 because it's exponential. This is why extremes are the only way. Like when someone say you need to moderate, yeah, like there might be successful people saying that because they've already, like there's not a single guy who hasn't done this. It's like when you're trying to grow a business, you can't grow 10 businesses. That's like no shit. It's like duh. And yet no one literally talks like this. They're like, oh, but it's important to do this. No, it's not. It's urgent to do this. Yeah, sure, improve your relationship, improve your fitness, whatever. But without this, you're on the street. Without this, you're slaving in a cell. What's urgent is this. And because it is so important, you spend months on it. Only this. That's the dark side of this world, I guess. This is the only way. So conclusion. Working by itself is a skill, so setting yourself down and do the work even on hard days, even on days when your brain don't want it necessarily, even though the days your brain want to do something else. Novel, maybe try a different business model, maybe cope, maybe watch some movie, whatever. Play some game there and there. You sit down and work in days when you don't really want to. And you can't expect results instantly. Instant gratification, I teach us that we literally can get gratification hours of doing the thing. Now it takes months, honestly. So yes, it is difficult, because if you could get the results in hours, then everyone would probably do it. Because progress and stimulation is what our brain seeks, and if we can get addicted to our work and get progress, we'll probably stick to it. And that's a problem. We don't get reward very fast. So we need to teach ourselves to not expect reward very fast, and TikTok brain doesn't help in that endeavor. It acts as the inverse effect. Yeah, patience is a skill that can be practiced. You're waiting, oh, it takes 2-3 months, and do something else, right? Instead of just checking, oh, how many days I've made uploads. Just do uploads, just keep going at it, and then yes, you do something else. That's patience, right? So if you can work really well, then the problem is time and energy. So doing less things will naturally make your success exponentially more likely. So this is business, and you optimize your time and energy. The first thing you do when you wake up is this, and honestly everything you do is connected to this. You read books about this when you can't work anymore. You do some exercise to still, sleep well and have energy. You do maybe a run, maybe you go to the gym after dinner, or you go to the gym after work, and then you have dinner, and then you chill, and whatever. So action, sit down and rep out the skill, because working is a skill, so you need to rep. Getting a big chest is a skill, right? So you rep, and some slight changes. Maybe your form is bad. Maybe something you're repping is bad. As an example, you might be working inefficient way. You might be not doing leverage task. You might be doing it wrong. You might be. So optimize your content. So what I do is I make this PowerPoint. It's the perfect form, in my opinion. Then I rep a fuck ton of out of it. I have everything right. I have the high leverage. I have the form right now. I just need to rep a fuck ton. Now I rep these videos, and repping when it's the hardest will get the most gains, so that's why I prioritize it. And naturally I will eliminate everything else, because if I prioritize the leverage task with script record videos, improve my product, everything else will be eliminated, and so will my bottleneck. Speaking skills next. Cover the first thing, doing the work skill, then second, speaking skills. So I like to define learning. Learning is changing behavior when the same situation presents itself. So there's you, some potato head. You're recording your video. This is your setup. This is literally how my setup looks. This is my share. This is my camera, computer screen, mic, whatever. So this is speaking skills. I have these long paragraphs. I record, and then I do that sometimes, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty good and all that stuff. And then I learn that, oh yeah, but if I look into the camera and maybe I have some less notes, have less text, and because I have less text, I will look into the camera more. See here, let's show. Okay, let's see there. Better. There. I have a lot of text and I don't look in the camera. I have only bullet points now, so it's easier for me to look into the camera. I can use body language more because I'm free. I'm not bound by anything, as an example, right? So that's a slight change that will improve over time, and then you make 20-30 uploads on while staring at the camera. That's what I literally do. 20-30 uploads where I speak slower, 20-30 uploads where I look into the camera, 20-30 uploads where I don't say and 20-30 uploads where I try to emphasize the words, right? Speaking skills, you're like there, and then people say, don't say and then you're like, you look at yourself, own recording. Oh shit, I said and like 30 times. Every time I took a pause, or I eliminated pausing with and And now, speaking skills. I think it's ludicrous that X, Y, and Z. Furthermore, you take pauses when it needs to, and then after a pause, you emphasize the words. Instead of, Oh, I think that and I you know, I'm instead I think, yes, I think that it's ludicrous that he, she, and her. Nice. Another thing might be, yes, zero pause, no, speaking very quickly, and I like this. Instead, you speak like this, take pauses once in a while. Instead of me talking like this, sometimes I take pauses. Let it be quiet and verbosity, am I right? So, conclusion. Learning is change in behavior when the same situation presents itself. And the way to improve speaking is, of course, changing a behavior when the same situation presents itself, which is you sitting in front of the camera, the same mic, the same mouse, the same PowerPoint style videos. It's the same as all the other videos, no difference. So, everything's the same. Maybe my background color of my camera is blue instead of yellow. It's black instead of white or whatever. Yeah, but it's the same type of video, same camera, same fucking mic. I'm doing the same thing. So, I'm doing the same thing, but this time I'm speaking a bit slower. This time I focus one thing at a time, take pauses, eliminate an. This time I don't say no into the cameras a lot. This time I use body language. This time I emphasize the words more. Speak slower. Emphasize the words. So, action. Make a slight change next time you record a video. Maybe look deeply into the camera. Record like 20 videos where you just look into the camera. Maybe take pauses every time you're unsure what to say. Maybe speak slower so that better words reach your mind. Take pauses so you don't just say whatever on your mind. You say something valuable, and maybe make so that the words have more emphasis on them, more weight under them. Speak slower, more better words come to mind. So right now in this video, I'm focusing on taking pauses, having every single word with more value. So emphasizing the words, speaking slower so that I can think of more better words, and taking pauses. So I'm literally trying to improve the value word per word. So taking pauses, speaking slower. That's speaking skills. Those are the things that work for me. Scripting skills. So the biggest thing I did was, replacing those paragraphs on the page with bullet points instead. Because I realized that I said the same thing like 2 to 3 times when I had it scripted, everything word for word. I didn't look at the camera because I was reading out loud. It's literally me doing a book review where I read off my script. Not a video. My delivery was shit, and the one who watched this didn't get much value either. So, I realized that literally 70-80%, like most of the value, comes from the delivery. And I don't need to say the same thing 10 times. Maybe in 10 different videos, but not 10 times in the same fucking video. So the value came from the way I delivered my speech. I take my pauses, I put more emphasis on the words, I don't talk too quickly or say the same thing 10 times. I am clear on what I try to deliver. And I also realized that if someone sucked at speaking, it would not matter if they had a Wikipedia, if they had all the knowledge. It would provide little to no value because no one would understand what the speaker said. I can say all these sexy words. I can say these, charisma and, emphasis on the words and this and that, but no one understands what I mean. Essentially, I mean, I put more power, more weight behind the words. Each word has more meaning, and then I talk to improve speaking skills instead of me just this how you improve speaking skills, guys. I say Look into the camera, speak slower, put more emphasis on the words, don't say and. Take pauses instead of unnecessary words. Because I realized that does not matter. If you suck at speaking, then there's no value. Speaking is more important than the script. And if I can speak a little bit better with less script, then that's worth it. So the conclusion. My speaking got better once I eliminated paragraphs. Because once I did this, I started eliminating repeating myself 100 times in the same damn video. I gained more time, took pauses. I was more efficient because my scripts was shorter as well. My videos was the same length or even shorter, but then it was more value, because if a video is 20 minutes and I only say everything once, it's better than a 20 minute where I say something million times in the same video. Less value. I want value per second. Because yeah, I want long videos, but I don't want a 2-hour video which someone could have said it in 20 minutes and those 20 minutes gave them more value. No, I want value per second. That's why I speak like this now. Slower, putting more emphasis on the words. So that's what I started optimizing for, right? And I eliminated repeating myself, and I think this is probably gonna be for you as well. You probably find yourself saying the same thing many times, speaking too fast, all these things. It's one thing at a time. When I incorporated this, now I take a bit of pause. Now I put my emphasis on the words. All these things. It became more enjoyable. The videos became different as well, right? And this speaking by itself improved, and I wasn't bound, because when I didn't have the paragraphs, I wasn't bound by the paragraphs. Had bullet points, then it was my speaking. I needed to think. I couldn't just I needed to think. So I actually challenged my speaking, and so I improve it. Your speaking skill cannot improve when you're reading something out loud, because that's not speaking. That's wording word for word. Sure, it can help you put more emphasis on the word, certain words, but I knew that I would grow more this way. Bullet points. So the sooner you can shift to paragraph to bullet points, the better, the higher, or rather the higher possibility. You shift, the faster you shift. There's like the limit, as you could say. I forgot the word I was trying to say, but the limit is higher. What I mean by this is that you can get really much better than mediocre. You can get, if you're really good at reading word for word, then you can be a mediocre speaker at best. But that's like, you can't become a good speaker that way, because it will bottleneck eventually, right? So the sooner you can shift to bullet points, the more potential you have in your speech, and it will get better over time. Of course, once you're shifting, it might be the same or worse. If it can be better eventually, then that's worth training, and that's what I'm doing now. So action, if you want to create, okay, I guess my actions are still kind of paragraphs, but if you want to create headroom to become a better speaker, challenge yourself, living at that edge, pushing yourself, that it's necessary to go to full bullet points, because this is how you get the next level of speaking. Good. Because yes, scripting skills has a big part of speaking. That's why I cover this. So instead of me putting hours on word for word, I do bullet points. My PowerPoints go pretty quickly because I want to spend the majority of my time doing speaking, because that is higher leverage. 1 hour of me recording is higher leverage than 1 hour of scripting. It is. Of course, I still want to make good videos, but I can make good videos while still having bullet points, because then I challenge my speaking. Then I challenge myself. I honestly get better at what I'm already doing. It's a win-win for me. It will get better for you as well. The one who's watching and trying to educate themselves. So the fourth thing in this video is leverage education into your niche. And education is essential. I strongly believe in this. Without education, relentless education, then no one would get as far as they did. I would not have gotten as far as I am now without relentless dedication and without education. Because in the end of the day, there are only two things, the two biggest things, right, for success. Of course, there's the getting money, and then I can talk about getting money, do a good content and making good product. Yes, but the thing is, without the education and without the work rate, then that's nothing. Because you have work rate, you can work 8 hours a day, you have the ability to do so. Good. What are you gonna put those 8 hours into? If you put them into something bad, then it won't really help, right? So it's the work rate and the education. And education essentially, education. Do I put 8 hours into broad niche video, or I put 8 hours into super niche videos on the same topic as my product? Education. Yeah, same topic as my product. I make 8 hours a day recording videos on that. Holy crap. You're actually marketing the right way, and you're doing 8 hours of marketing in your niche. Holy crap. You're on the fast track to becoming king in your niche now. Without education, you will look at the YouTube metrics. Oh, get more views, subscribers, get more money. Without education, you will be like, without education, I will still be the guy who doesn't even have a product to sell. Like, what the fuck? He doesn't make any money by doing this. Without education, I don't even think I would make a video in the beginning, because if I didn't know that I could make money this way, I wouldn't do it, right? And honestly, without education, I would be nowhere. I would be like a little kid, know nothing about the world. Nothing at all. Nothing. Don't know what to eat, don't know what to do, don't know how to sleep. Without education, you're like an empty shell. That's why experience and education is extremely important. It might be the most important thing. You can't leverage that work rate or whatever tactic you have without education. You can't do anything. This is why I believe educational content like this is essential. Because if you have made broad videos and you shift to niche videos, you make a product, you literally follow all the steps in my videos, and holy crap, man. That's a big difference. When you know when you have the education, you know what to put all into, what to go all into. Everything starts with education. So don't be the guy, oh, I will never, ever have to study again. It's like some guy having graduated college or high school. I will never, ever have to study again. Yahoo! A day for the ages, that for sure, says that guy. That guy is just, oh, we never ever have to study again. That guy's a day for the ages, that's for sure. They're like happy, like, oh, we're celebrating. Let me tell you something. Improvement, a beneficial change when the same suggestion presents itself. Beneficial change. Subtracting learning, you're subtracting improvements in your life. You're like learning, oh, that's reading books. No, learning doesn't have to reading books. You know what learning can be? It could be reflecting over what you've done. It could be you relapse. You're like, oh, I felt shit. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Yeah, sure, you can learn about, yeah, it's bad for your health, blah, blah, blah. But then you have your own experiences like, yeah, I feel really like shit. And when I don't do it, I feel much better. Learning can literally be reflecting on what you did. Learning can be, oh yeah, I feel tired the next day when I go really hard in gym. Maybe I should do a little shorter session. Oh, maybe I ate too little this time. Maybe I ate too much. You try eating more and you feel better. You try eating less, you feel even worse. Yeah, I'm not overeating actually. I'm unreading. You know, learning could be done through reading and these videos, what you're doing, which is very good. Honestly, I think you're like, oh, but that's because it's your content. But I don't think it's a bad source of learning, the one I'm doing now, because I don't clickbait you that way. I don't, edit, kills your brain. At least I'm sharing these things here with you. So why would I think learning is so important? Yeah, as I said, education and learning is the foundation of life. I believe that. And also because it is the only shortcut that exists. It is a shortcut. If you know what to put all your 8 hours of work into, then that's a shortcut to success. The guy who does, let's say a guy who does, yeah, he does daily uploads for 10 years, but he does different topics. The guy who has only one topic and does for 10 years, then he is an expert in that thing. The other guy is like mediocre at everything. The guy who's an expert one thing, he makes 100 times more money because he can sell his product for so much more, and people will refer his product because he's so good, he's giving customer results. Then customers will refer, viewers will refer others, so more people will find the YouTube channel, watch the stuff, and gold mine, and you make so much more money in sales that way, right? You become an expert, you can actually teach. People don't want generalists, they want specialists. They want the best dentist, they want the best carnivore doctor, they want the best business guy, they want the best educational YouTube content guy, education business. They want the best in something, they want the best athlete, they want the best whatever, they want the best guy who makes fitness for 19-year-olds. You might be 19 years old and you're watching this and you're like, oh, I want the guy who's 19 years old and yacked and doesn't use steroid. I want the best guy. Yes, of course we want to learn from the best people. And that's why we should be specialists instead of generalists, because no one will pay a huge sum for someone who's mediocre at everything. If you're best in the world or something, then you can charge whatever you want, am I right? For that one thing. And it is the shortcut because people are willing to buy education courses. They're willing to watch these videos. They're willing to go on coaching calls because if by your help they get the success in 3 months instead of like 2-3 years, then they will pay a lot for that, like a limited amount probably. If you can guarantee 3 months success, they can pay a fuck ton for that. Might be in 2 months. Yeah, you perfect your diet, you get jacked in like imagine if someone bought your program, followed your steps, in 2 months they're jacked. Guaranteed, you're like guaranteed jacked in 2 months if you follow each step. You can sell that for a lot of money. People are willing to pay for time above everything else. And they're doing that because you give them the education necessary. It's the education, they have good education. It's the only shortcut. It's faster. You know what to do, then of course success will be faster, rather than you just doing nothing. And I would say there are two main sources to learn from. Of course, okay, two main sources to learn from. One, books, podcasts, educational videos. So what you're watching right now is educational videos, and then some podcasts might be good. And books, I really get a lot of value for some of the books. Although I haven't read that many business books, I've read many self-improvement books, but I'm reading a lot nowadays, and I am on my first book, I guess. 2 days ago, I started reading a book. It's pretty good thus far, but I don't know. It's like, but the thing I've got the most education from has been educational videos. It has been like Alex Hormozi videos like myself or other guys who, yeah, like educational videos has helped me the most. Carnivore educational videos. There is Dr. Anthony Shafee. I'm into carnivore, by the way. His videos. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So sorry. Those videos have really fucking helped. So it's the podcast and the educational videos that helps me the most. Books, of course, are good. Maybe I need to find the... Of course, okay, there are some good books. Alex Hormozi, 100 Million Business, Offer, and then Leads. Very good books, yes. Of course. But educational videos has done the most for me. So watching what you're doing right now, like I can say all this, it's the best way you can educate, but honestly is. Like what you're watching right now is one of the best way to educate yourself. Because I'm literally synthesizing, I'm literally telling you the lessons I learned. You get them in like a 50-minute video or whatever. Right? It's very valuable. So all these educational videos, reading, some podcasting is a very good way to learn. And then, of course, experience and experimentation. So the best way to learn, in my opinion, is doing the 8 hours of work, doing a fuck ton of content, experimenting, see what works for you, and then, or rather, you learn things from educational videos or books, you incorporate them and see if they work. If they work and benefits your business, then you keep doing them until you get better at it. It's literally, you find something you can do better, and then you do that and see if you can make it better this way, X, Y, Z. You see, it's like you're reflecting on the thing you incorporated and make that better. So conclusion, when you stop learning, you stop improving. It's important to have a good education source, for it's the only shortcut that exists. It is. People like to say there's no shortcut, but education is a shortcut. Because if you get the thing 4 times faster, then that's a shortcut. And education is the only one. Best source are books, podcasts, education videos, along with experimentation and experience in what you do. But yes, and the best is probably courses. That's why they can sell a lot of money for them, because they're extremely valuable. But yeah, the best sources are, education videos, books, podcasts, along with experimentation. Experience in incorporating the things you learned. So action, use what I've taught in this video and go all into what you learned, right? So you learned about sources to learn from. That education videos like this, that it's a good way to learn. You learn that doing the hard work skill, that doing everything aligned to your business is important. Doing the speaking hacks I told you about, speaking slower, look into the camera, do this, scripting skill, bullet points in all your videos instead of paragraphs, and all these things, you can incorporate them and see how they worked. So that's the action. So now we have covered all the 4 things. And once again, if you're interested in me personally literally reviewing your business, this is literally the highest leverage I can do, highest value. And then I have all these courses as well, and then I might only at least 2 a week coaching calls. That's what I promise, at least 2. And then you can give me feedback and improve and all that. But if you want to know more about this, then check out the top link in the description right now. Well, hope you learned something from this video guide. See ya.